Am I correct in understanding that you've given $500,000 to help?
I did, yeah, to coordinate the lawyers.
You know, it's
best money I've ever spent. You know, it's great.
You've given an enormous amount of money to charity. A third of your salary?
Well, I make a very good living doing something I love, and I don't think I'd be comfortable with what I have if I didn't. I couldn't sleep at night if I didn't. So partly it's that, but it's also what, you know, a car in Los Angeles can buy 3 schools in Cambodia. And so you start to, you know, once you understand that it's quite easy to.
But I want to ask you about that. Is it your job as a movie star?
Yes.
And it is that. I mean, to show up, to look good, to walk the red carpet, to, you know. Does it feel in conflict with your job as a Goodwill ambassador?
It's funny. It doesn't, because I know it's my job, and it's a creative job, and it's a means to an end for other things. And I thought when I first came back from the first kind of camp situation, I went to Darfur and Tanzania for 2 weeks, the first trip I made. And, you know, just changed me, wrecked me. I was a different person when I came back. I talked to my mom for 3 hours from like an airplane phone, just, but I came back and I had to present something at an award ceremony 2 weeks later. And I was sure, I thought, I'm going to go and I'm just going to hate this. I'm just going to think everybody is false and shallow, and I'm just going to, I don't want to go and get dressed up and anything. And I really did think that was going to be my attitude. And instead, this funny thing happened. I think I just became more sensitive to all people. And I ended up seeing all the people on the red carpet as, God, they must have just spent hours trying to put themselves together, and their kids are maybe watching. I just felt for everybody in the room.
Just while we're on the subject of celebrity, in some ways it seems you've used the sort of jujitsu move of celebrity, all of this enormous spotlight on you. You seem to want to turn around onto the people who would otherwise get no attention.
And that's the positive thing about celebrity, yeah.
Well, and of course, part of the reason you have the platform is because they're interested in you.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, the part of me that would like to just become a field officer tomorrow knows that I can do more good with 1 foot on one side, 1 foot on the other.
Is there that part that would like to just chuck the Hollywood thing?
Yeah.
And
yeah, lots of, you know, lots of babies, lots of...
Well, you're working on that part.
Yeah, but I'd love to adopt just a bunch more kids, have a few, and yeah, just be traveling, be home. You know, I'm not working the next few months, and I haven't worked much this year, and it's been really nice.
Just last weekend, I went to the new Woody Allen movie, and they say to the woman who can't get pregnant, have you thought about adoption? And she said, oh no, I want my own children. There are so many things in our culture still that don't really support the notion of adopting children.
I just think it's you know, my people who know me, in the last year, I found out that 4 of the people close to me, 2 of my colleagues and 2, like, almost like family, are adopting. Because when they see adopted families, they know there's no difference at all. If anything, I felt that there's something, you know, I mean, I'm pregnant now, and I'm going to have a child that's genetically mine. I feel it's different in that it's actually different. But this child is not going to come with a country and a history, and you know, my son is Asian, he's Cambodian, and he comes with this beautiful country and history and people, and he teaches me so much, and he's going to teach me so much, and I've learned about life. My daughter's Ethiopian, and I've learned about Africa through her, and will continue to do so. And she's an African woman, and she's magnificent to me. So the things that this idea of meeting it's when we chose each other. You know, we found each other, we looked at each other, and we made a decision. And I can always say that to them. It wasn't that, you know, fate, I just appeared, and there they were, and I gave birth, and we're together. You know, we looked at each other, and they were comfortable in my arms, and I looked at them, and I loved them, and it was a decision made for life. And that's very special in a very different way.
Have you, your daughter's still too young to talk to about this, but have you talked to your son about, you must have.
Adoption? Oh, yeah.
How about being pregnant?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How does he see it? I mean, he's had a big year. New sister, new baby, and a new name. I mean, it's been a big
new name,
year.
My dad, yeah. he's great. He's very happy.
How's he feel about you having a...
Well, at first he was saying for a few weeks, he was just saying, Mommy ate too much. He kept just telling everybody I ate too much. And then finally one day I brought him into a room and I said, I have a secret to tell you. And I had all my ultrasound pictures from a few months. And I said, these are pictures inside Mama's belly. It's a secret. And we sat in this little room by ourselves. And I said, this is it was a little tiny thing. And look, it's growing like a leg. And look, it's going. And he was fascinated. And I said, I didn't carry you in my belly. This really nice Cambodian woman carried you in her belly, and I'm so grateful to her. And then something happened, and you couldn't be together, and you were alone for a little bit of time. And then I met you, and then we became family. And Z had this beautiful African woman carry her in her belly, and there's a beautiful poem I read once, and I won't tell the poem because I can't do that. But it is about that. It's about how you find each other, and it's this great. We marry people. We meet in this life. Our families come together. We make our families, and you can choose to make your family in such a unique way these days. And
both your children came from such difficult places. Was it hard to leave everybody else?
No, and that was a very difficult thing. We adopted Z, and I think we had only filed for one adoption, but we adopted Z, and we met some other kids when we were there. We were supposed to adopt her. She was the one who was assigned to us, and we had a moment of certainly thinking, what if on the day we did apply for two and took that other one out, and did we leave that other one? And we'll always have those thoughts. Is that the kid I also didn't adopt? And you think about that a lot. So you plan to adopt more?